In the story of America's founding, we hear the same names repeated again and again: Washington, Jefferson, Adams, Franklin, Hamilton. But hidden behind these giants stands a man whose influence shaped the very voice of the American nation. A man many people have never heard of. His name was Gouverneur Morris, and he was one of the most brilliant, unusual, and essential founding fathers of the United States. Born in 1752 into a wealthy New York family, Maurice grew up surrounded by both privilege and responsibility. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he did not come from a modest background, nor did he hide behind social expectations. Even as a young man, he stunned others with his sharp intelligence, fearless wit, and powerful speeches. His writing ability was unmatched, a skill that would eventually leave an imprint on America's most sacred documents. When the American Revolution exploded, Maurice did not hesitate to join the patriot cause. At just 24, he entered the New York Provincial Congress and later helped draft New York's first constitution. But his life soon turned tragic. In 1780, Maurice was involved in a carriage accident that shattered his left leg beyond repair. Surgeons amputated it above the knee, a devastating injury in the 18th century. Yet Maurice refused to slow down. With a wooden prosthetic leg, he climbed stairs, rode horses, traveled widely, and continued his political work with renewed energy. Later, he famously joked that losing a limb had saved him from many dangerous temptations. In 1787, as the states gathered in Philadelphia for the Constitutional Convention, Maurice arrived as one of the most vocal and passionate delegates. He spoke more than any other man there, nearly 173 recorded speeches. His voice dominated debates about government power, representation, and national unity. Morris strongly supported a strong central government, believing that a weak union would tear itself apart. Unlike most delegates, he openly condemned slavery, calling it a nefarious institution. Though he could not abolish it, he fought fiercely to limit its expansion. His greatest contribution, however, was not in debate but in writing. After months of disagreements, the convention assigned a small committee to organize the final wording of the Constitution. Maurice became the primary writer. Many ideas came from others, but the language, the rhythm, the clarity, the vision came from him. He transformed dry legal proposals into a powerful national document. Most famously, Morris wrote the opening words that every American knows: "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union." Those 7 words alone changed American identity. Earlier drafts listed each state individually, suggesting a loose alliance. Maurice replaced them with a bold declaration of unity, a single nation, not 13 separate ones. His phrasing would define the country's future. After the Constitution was signed, Maurice did not fade away. In 1789, President George Washington appointed him America's minister to France. When the French Revolution erupted in full fury, Morris witnessed the chaos firsthand. He traveled through street riots, met revolutionaries, and saw the fall of the monarchy. Thousands of people were executed, including friends he had made in Paris. Maurice was one of the few diplomats who stayed even when it became dangerous. Returning home, he served in the U.S. Senate and later worked on key national projects, including the development of New York's massive canal system, the foundation that eventually led to the Erie Canal, transforming America's economy. Despite all this, Maurice remains one of the least remembered founding fathers. His bold personality made some leaders uncomfortable. He was witty, charming, and sometimes outrageously direct. He loved fine living, traveled widely, and wrote openly about political corruption. Some admired him, others avoided him, but no one doubted his brilliance. In his later years, Maurice became known as the Penman of the Constitution, though few outside political circles understood how important he truly was. He spent his final years writing, debating, and reflecting on the nation he helped create. When he died in 1816, America had already begun forgetting his name, even though the country still spoke his words every day when reciting the Constitution. Gouverneur Morris may not appear in most school books, but his influence is everywhere in the structure of the American government, in the fight for national unity, and in the unforgettable opening lines of the Constitution. He was a thinker, a writer, a statesman, and a fearless voice. And though history often overlooks him, he remains one of the true architects of the United States.